Dhyrbfyty is a lost mystery to me and many other people. It's a Roblox account created on the 2nd of February 2008. To people unfamiliar with the Roblox YouTuber Albert/Flamingo, this might seem like a random old Roblox account. However, if you would ask a Flamingo fan what this account is, you would get an entirely different story. Dhyrbfyty, DHYR for short, has appeared in multiple Flamingo videos. They have thousands of fans, and the account even has fan animations behind it. But the big twist is DHYR has never seen any of it and probably never will. If you clicked on this video, you're probably already familiar with why DHYR is popular, but let me quickly explain a basic history for those who are unfamiliar with it. Back in 2008, Albert was only 10 years old whenever he met DHYR on Roblox. He was very little, so he developed a little crush on DHYR. I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't? Tell me you wouldn't have a crush on this. Now, they never officially dated, and it's pretty obvious that DHYR wasn't really interested, but Albert really liked DHYR. So one day, Albert decided to ask them to be his girlfriend. They ended up responding with, "I don't know, cause Billbone is my boyfriend." And then after that, things kind of died down a little bit, and DHYR kind of disappeared from the internet. A little over a decade later, Albert made a video looking through his old Roblox messages, and he came across DHYR, including all the messages of Albert being like, "Wanna be my girlfriend," and, you know, just a bunch of embarrassing things like that. If you want the full story, I'll have a playlist to all the videos in the description. But on January 25th, 2020, the most tragic thing to ever happen to Albert and his community happened. No! Dhyrbfyty was banned from Roblox. Everyone's day was grim. It was like losing an icon to many. Millions around the globe would mourn the loss of DHYR. Thousands gathered at funerals, and the world would never be the same again. DHYR being unbanned would be pretty much impossible, and although we will never recover the body, we might be able to recover the soul. Let me explain myself. The soul, or owner of the account, is out there somewhere, living a life in the real world, possibly unaware of the fan base they have. And believe me, many have tried to find them. I've even thought of a lot of possibilities on where they can be. What if there's people out there that know DHYR personally, but nobody believes them? Like, imagine owning an account that a bunch of people obsess over, realizing that you have entire animations with millions of views about them, about you, and no one believes that it's you. Regardless, I've been interested in this idea for a while, and I'm pretty sure everyone has. You can research all you like, but there's just no way to get in contact with DHYR unless the person behind it steps forward. Even then, no one would believe them. Some even say that DHYR has been murdered in real life. There's rumors that the whole theory of DHYR actually knowing about everything is correct. That there's people out there that have met the real DHYR, but no one believes them. There's just so many rumors that it's impossible to figure out which one is true. And of course, people have even tried to fake that they own the account multiple times. And although we'll probably never know who the real DHYR is, we can still hope that one day they will come forward and give 100% proof that it's them. However, as of now, Dhyrbfyty is lost. That's really all there is to this story. It's one of those cases where an online friend will just log off one day and never return, leaving you with this empty feeling inside that no matter how much you try, unless they put the effort to log back in, you will never see them ever again. But you might be looking at the time of this video and seeing that there's still a lot more time. The reason for that is pretty simple. I don't have a sponsor or anything, and I'm not trying to drag the video out any longer than it needs to be, but it's because I've been lying to you. Since the very second that you clicked on this video, I've been lying to you. There are people that know who Dhyr truly is. There are people that have evidence after evidence to back it up. There are people in contact with the creator of Dhyr, but can't seem to get anyone's attention. And you might be wondering how exactly I lied to you. Well, if you must know, I know people who are in contact with Dhyrbfyty. And that's because I'm one of them. So you might be having a billion questions rushing through your brain right now, and I want to answer all of them, but first I need to explain how this happened, how I met Dhyr, the proof that it's actually real, and also why I'm making this video. So I was just minding my own business when I get a DM from an anonymous friend. So I open up the message and this is what it says. Basically, the reason why these people got in contact with my friend is because they have a decent following and could spread the word. And also, everyone before has, turned them down or thought the account was password guessed or something else entirely. There was one issue though. My friend was currently on vacation, and when you're on vacation, you're kind of busy. So I was added to this group chat as a kind of way to be there when my friend wasn't. And just like that, I heard... I answer the call and someone called Perception explains to me that it's real and Dhyr should join the call in a bit. Now, I would be lying to you if I didn't think this was fake. My friend and I definitely had our doubts and we thought it was completely fake. But sure enough, someone that was calling themselves the real Dhyr joins the call. We all say hello and then they show us the proof. So here's their mom's email from 2008. I kind of do have to blur all of that out because, personal information. And then they end up going to a Roblox password reset. And there it is. And that is a password reset for the account Dhyrbfyty from 2008. Here's some refreshing. Now, before you meet Dhyrbfyty, we just wanted to point out, just in case anyone is left wondering about Dhyr's voice, she used to be Albert's online girlfriend from over a decade ago, but now she's a he, and you should address him as such. I know it's something I shouldn't have to explain, but we just don't want any confusion. So, without further ado, meet the one and only Dhyrbfyty. Okay, I'm recording. Alright.
Hi, so, this is really weird for me since I know people don't really have a reason to believe me, but I'll start off by saying that for privacy reasons, I won't be using my name, so people can just know me as Dhyrbfyty or Dhyr for short. I also accept NA for non-applicable. There's really not much else to introduce. I mean, I'm a 22-year-old average, boring American who turned out to accidentally become Roblox famous. Like, as my best friend puts it, it's kind of like a filler arc in my life.
How old were you whenever you created Dhyr?
I made the account when I was 7 years old, just a few months away from turning 8. but I stopped using the account by the time I was 9 because it was the very first one I made and I didn't like the username. Like, I'm pretty sure this was before you could change it at all. So, like, I didn't want to keep playing the game with a key smash, so eventually I settled on my primary account and I've been using it ever since.
When did you figure out about the popularity surrounding the account, and what was your reaction?
I found out about all of this, like even including Albert's existence, January 13th, I think, of this year. My friend and my brother were like laughing at old Roblox screenshots, and one of them listed DHYR as my alt account. So they Googled it out of curiosity and found like everything, like all the videos and everything, and they freaked out. And they called me later that day and explained everything. And honestly, I didn't actually believe that they were talking about me, like that I could actually be DHYR, until they showed me the wikis and the videos listing like not just my information but my family's information, and that like sold it for me. I was like anxious, confused, but I was a bit entertained. I got into contact with the YouTuber Brian Saros, who's also an admin of the Albert Stuffs wiki, and another person by the name of Perception, and my brother and them helped take down a lot of information and stuff. Doing damage control for my privacy was the biggest thing on my mind before I was even able to begin to process what I had just discovered. So I didn't really know how I felt. Everyone was more stressed than I was.
Do you remember Albert or anything from that time at all?
I genuinely remember nothing about the things I did on that account or the people I talked to. The only thing I can vaguely recognize is the username Streety. If I could remember, I'd definitely share like whatever funny stories I had and stuff. Another thing I should say is that like since there's debates about like my alt accounts, Chloe342 was me, not my sister, and the Zombie Invader account never belonged to me.
Yeah, I mean, you were like 8 at the time. I doubt you would remember anything. I don't even remember anything whenever I played Roblox whenever I was 8.
Exactly, exactly. And everyone always asks me questions as if I'm gonna have an answer. Like this was 14 years ago.
Does the name mean anything?
No, it means absolutely nothing. It's just a nonsense key smash. And some of my alts were also key smashes and others were just my name, like Chloe342. Like I just couldn't figure out what to call myself or like how to have an internet presence or anything yet, so that's just what I went with.
What made you want to share this information with the public?
More than anything, I've just been frustrated with all of the talk about me. Like the theories about if I'm dead or really just a 40-year-old creep or something, and people spreading my information and using it to attempt to find me and harassing complete strangers in the process, or like pretending to be me. Like in one case, someone even used my profile pics and usernames from platforms that like they shouldn't have been able to find. So that stresses me out, and I'd rather let people know that there's no like mystery to solve anymore than let them continue to look for someone who doesn't really want to be found. I'm here now talking anyways. I know this will fuel the attention, but I'm hoping it acts as like a closing chapter for the DHYR story in a way.
Is there any attempts on getting the account unbanned?
Yeah, I've sent at least 3 support tickets. I assumed staff would be able to check which email the account was registered with, but a specialist I was referred to said that at this point, the only way to prove I'm the original account owner is verifying financial information. But I never bought Builders Club on DHYR, so there's nothing to verify. According to Roblox, only one appeal will be considered only before 30 days have passed. I don't know exactly how it was compromised, but I'm pretty certain there's no hope for getting it back.
What do you think about Albert's content about you?
I spent the night I discovered all of this watching the videos where Albert mentions me, and I kept switching between laughing and being like really mad. I felt like he was egging on his fandom's behavior in a lot of ways, and like on one hand I think it's cute, I can understand why he uses me for content, but on the other hand, I don't find it very responsible. I have a lot of mixed feelings about it.
How about the fan art? Like, what did you think about the fan art, the animations, the community in general?
I've been told to kind of stay away from the fan base, but I've also met multiple people who are extremely chill about everything and willing to help out. like with you being one of them, for example. And I'm grateful there are people who still see me in a positive light, since I've heard some like nasty things. I don't watch the animations, but I've seen snippets, and I think it's kind of interesting how people can build whole characters and scenarios out of just abandoned avatars. As for fan art, I've seen plenty, but I have to say my favorite artist is Nikki Shake Lime. My friend sends me their work, and I love the art style.
What do you do and what are your hobbies?
Before COVID happened, I was an environmental studies and cultural anthropology student, and I'd love to go back, but the housing there is way too expensive. So right now, I've just been volunteering at the local humane society as a cat kennel specialist, doing some job hunting, getting my life together in the usual adult fashion, you know. I'm big into music, like genres like dream pop and post-hardcore. I'm gonna see Death Cab for Cutie in September, and my dad is a producer, so he wants to help me get into that as well. I also like to draw, in digital and traditional. It's satisfying to create, even though I'm not the most inspired person. Like, I build replicas of movie sets in real places and all of that in Minecraft, and I like to paint still life sceneries like the sunset. I think that's about all I'll say.
Do you have any other comments on things that you would like to share?
Aside from reiterating how crazy everything has been for me, I guess I'll say, please stop stalking random strangers on the internet and have a nice summer. You can find my Twitter at NA_ALT_TWT. Feel free to ask questions, but I'm not gonna humor any misbehavior or anything, so keep that in mind. Also check out the map Perception and I worked on, which is the DHYR memorial, and I assume the link will be in the description. Shout out to the boys back at home, and so thank you for having me.
One last question.
Yeah?
Did you have a crush on Albert?
No, I don't believe I did.
If I'm being honest, all of this still doesn't seem quite real. I know it's just a random Roblox account to some people, but to me and many others, it means quite a lot. I think what I learned from this video is when you least expect it, so many wonderful things can happen to you if you just go for it. Without getting too personal, I don't have a lot of confidence, but all I needed was 1 second of confidence to ask DHYR to make this video. And if you still don't want to believe that this is the real DHYR, give your thoughts and views in the comments below, as long as you're kind and just looking to start a civil conversation. Before I go, I just wanted to give a big thank you to Perception, Brian Saros, the star of the video, DHYR, and of course, you. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos and look forward to it. See ya!